Good morning, Crable Mennonite School. Today is Thursday, February 8th, and I go by the name Prentice.
And people most often call me Hunter. We hope everyone is enjoying the winter weather because Punxsutawney Phil didn't see his shadow last Thursday. Legend has it that we will have an early spring this year.
In 108 years of this tradition, this is the 21st time that the groundhog didn't see his shadow. We wouldn't count on him being correct, though. He's only made an accurate prediction about 30% of the time.
Our basketball teams had an away game last Thursday against Harrisburg Jewish Community Center, and this past Monday they played Day Spring at home. They weren't able to bring home the wins, but the girls played a very well fought game on Monday, losing by just 1 point.
The eighth graders were also able to be recognized in between games at the gym on Monday. The teams will be playing their last game of the season today after school. It's an away game against Veritas Academy. Good luck to both teams.
This Sunday, there will be a lot of people tuning in to watch some football because it's Super Bowl Sunday. This is the biggest football game of the year, and it's the most watched television program every year.
This year it will be the Kansas City Chiefs versus the San Francisco 49ers. These two teams actually played each other 4 years ago in the Super Bowl. This is the eighth time that there's been a Super Bowl rematch.
The Chiefs have been to 5 Super Bowls in the past, including the very first one 57 years ago. This will also be the fourth time they're playing the Super Bowl in the last 5 years. This is the 49ers' eighth Super Bowl appearance, which is tied for the second most all time.
Many times people like to watch the Super Bowl because of the commercials. Since so many people watch this game, companies are willing to spend a lot of money to advertise their product. This year, you would have to pay $7 million if you wanted to show a 30-second ad.
There have been many memorable commercials through the years, so we'll take a look at one from a couple years ago for Doritos chips. Let's take a look.
Who had the Doritos? Who had the Doritos? You want one? Sorry. Too bad you're down there and I'm up here. Smells so good.
Hey, that ad reminds me. Do you know what the Chips football players are hoping to eat this weekend?
No, what?
A championship. Ha ha.
Haha. Okay, well, last week we asked you what the length of the longest snake ever recorded was. The answer is 32.8 feet, and it was a kind of snake that is called a rectu...
Reticulated.
reticulated python. It was found in the year 1912. This means that Mrs. Melby and Mrs. Steffen's classes were our winners as they both guessed 35 feet.
This snake was longer than the height of a giraffe. Reticulated pythons are found in the Southeast Asia, usually in the rainforests and woodlands. The smallest identified snake in the world is called the Barbados thread snake, which is only gets to be a little over 4 inches at its longest.
A quick correction from last week. Congratulations goes out to Mrs. Kidder's class for winning the trivia question that was announced last week. Her name looks a little too much like Mrs. Kreider, and we got a little mixed up. Either way, congrats to the pre-K class.
For this week's question, we'll do some Super Bowl trivia. We want to know is what is the most amount of touchdowns scored in a single Super Bowl game?
This means the total amount of touchdowns scored by both teams combined. For your account, each touchdown would just count as one. Talk it over with your class and give us your best guess. We'll be back next week to tell you who was the closest. Until then, have an awesome day. Bye.